The Mustard Seed Project is a community-based initiative focused on faith, integrity, and sustainability. The project seeks to restore integrity to faith communities, provide resources to underserved populations, and foster a sense of community through hands-on sustainable practices. The project will focus on three primary components: a community organic indoor garden that produces all year-round produce, a faith mission and civic group accountability system to establish collaboration and to restore faith in the spiritual community within the high-risk individuals, and a heated all-year-round shelter play place. The community garden will produce fresh organic fruits and vegetables using natural methods, ensuring access to high-conscious food for local residents. The garden will serve as a hub for educational and volunteer opportunities, particularly for young adults and elderly residents. It will also offer a delivery service for elderly individuals at a high risk to the elements, providing them with a fresh produce and a check-in care system. The garden will grow over to 1 to 2 years, creating a revenue stream and publicity for the project while contributing to local sustainability efforts. While the startup and the seeding of the plants is in the works, during the first harvest, the bottom level of the building would include a huge play area with a dirt-only floor with different and various types of sands and dirts, featuring watering tables and various types of activities. Having an alternative year-round indoor play area would be crucial in supporting churches, schools, and the much-needed overworked and overstressed DCFS workers limited on where they could provide their supervised visitation. It would also make a good spot for field trips, as well as healthy alternatives for children with disabilities needing the organic play. No better and safer than in the dirt. Also, while maintaining safety in all regards with the child, because he or she will remain in a safe, closed, indoor environment. There is nothing like this in the rural parts of Indiana, and with the extreme weather conditions that we experience, this is something that is much needed and a critical part of growing our community. The system would also assess the integrity of local faith-based organizations, creating a transparent, ethical framework for churches and civic groups to align the values of service and authenticity. The goal is to evaluate churches' commitment to integrity, service, and ethical standards, helping restore trust and ensuring the mission of the church remains rooted in serving the community. All too often, dying churches has many members of the community convinced that there is no place in heaven for their type, and that God doesn't want them. With confidential and covert reporting and clear observation, I offer a real look into why churches are dying and whom is to blame for these non-for-profits accepting and raising funds for the community for missions, when too often they are offering them and they simply are just paying their own salaries and turning away people who genuinely need them. I would observe, track, and report the church's habits with new members, willingness to collaborate, and other solutions to turn their church back into the inspiring place of worship they once led with. This would identify the fraudsters and unclean spirits within the church that are acquiring funds with non-for-profit status, yet not contributing or offering services to the community and unwilling to collaborate. The all-year-round shelter for play is a basic heated shelter will be established to provide temporary respite for individuals in need, offering a safe space during extreme weather conditions and emergencies. The shelter will operate 24/7 and will include separate rooms for DCFS and law enforcement interviews. It would provide a safe gathering space for those who require emergency accommodation or just need a warm place to stay on a very temporary basis. This would include space with internet and electricity for a place to be just for a moment that could be utilized in winter months, minimizing the load on officers and hospitals for people who don't really need either's involvement. They just need a place to go figure out a plan of action, to wait on an auto repair, to kill a few hours to avoid a housemate or an environment that may be toxic. All my spaces are 24/7, 365, simply offering an alternative which could be grown to infinite levels of potential. low-income and underserved populations in need of food, shelter, and community support. Local churches and faith-based organizations interested in restoring integrity and service. Elderly residents and families in need of safe, sustainable solutions and fresh food. Pre-K schools and daycares, social workers, young parents with children, ag programs, and other civic groups like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and other community-based programs seeking a meeting spot or educational resource as a tool or an event place. The Mustard Seed Project addresses the need for critical services and location-based challenges. The growing need for sustainable faith-based initiatives, collaboration that focuses on community support, ethical integrity, and resource sharing by creating a year-round community garden, building trust through accountability in churches, and providing emergency shelter is the project's aim to restore hope and to create lasting impact in local communities. The project is designed to operate on a limited budget and will scale over time.